Hi there. In this video, we're going to be going through how you can optimize for cost when querying different LLMs. So without further ado, let's get started. So first of all, you can open up the website. So just go to unify.ai, then go to the model hub by clicking this, or just going /hub. For this demo, let's do Llama 2. And just a quick recap again. So typically what you would do is you would basically select the provider. You would select the model. So you'd copy the name of the model and then do @provider. So Llama 2 7 chat @provider name. What you can do with these modes is basically select not an individual provider, but instead select a metric that you would like to optimize. You can see these modes here. So query any of these endpoints, and then runtime dynamic routing, and the modes are available here. So we have lowest input cost, lowest output cost. Then there's some about speed, which we looked at in a previous video, tokens per second as well. But for this video, we're going to be looking at optimizing for the lowest input cost and also the lowest output cost. So the way we can do that, let's just quickly open up a terminal. So again, as usual, let's just do 2 again. Let's split the screen. Let's open up a Python session. Let's import the agent, as we always do. Oops, if I can type, I can't. Okay, and then we're going to do agent equals agent. So again, we select the, let me just quickly move this up to the top as well. So we select this first, and then we do and then we're doing lowest, and let's just quickly stop broadcasting. So the first one, let's do input cost, and for this one, let's do output cost. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, I thought I spelled it wrong, but I didn't. Cool. So let's put the broadcasting back on. Let's do agent.run. We don't need to, no, we want to look at both. We want to look at both the provider and the amount it cost. Quick recap there. Basically, with the chatbot that we've got saved locally in this simple class, basically we have show credits and show provider. So after each response, we're going to see how much was spent on that response, and also how much and which provider was selected. So let's run both of the agents. And for the first task, let's do something that is input heavy. So we did this in a previous video. Let's just go to OpenAI wiki, and let's ask our agent to summarize this. Let's just say, please summarize the following using 5 words or less. Oh god. Please summarize the following using 5 words or less. Let's paste that in. Okay, so then what we would expect to see is that the one on the left costs less than the one on the right, and that is because this is an input heavy task and we're optimizing for the lowest input cost. Whereas we expect only 5 words in the output, the input is quite long. And we can see what model will be chosen. So basically what will happen is that we'll look at the IP address of the request, which in this case is from London. We'll look at the closest region that we have data for, which in this case is Belgium. And, oh no, this is not relevant, sorry. This is relevant for runtime speed. For the cost, it doesn't change. I mean, I guess it could do, perhaps, but I'm pretty sure that the cost will not be geographic, so that point isn't relevant here. What it will do is look at which is the cheapest for input cost, which in this case is Octo AI. So we're going to be having Octo AI on the left. The one on the right is going to be Together AI, which is actually also pretty cost effective on the input as well, but it will not be as cost effective as Octo AI for this particular prompt. So we expect to see the one on the left is roughly 2/3 the price of the one on the right, a little bit less because there are some output tokens as well. And actually, Octo AI is quite expensive on the output, which will skew the data a little bit. So it's roughly twice as much on the output as Together AI is, whereas Together AI is only like 50% more expensive than Octo AI on the input. But either way, we expect the one on the left to be cheaper because of how dominant the input tokens are in this case. Okay, so let's see if that's what we get. Okay, so we see that on the left we spent a grand total of yeah 0. So I mean, yeah, 4097 credits, and on the right we spent 0.30125 credits, which basically corresponds to dollars. So this, we're talking here kind of, you know, roughly 1/10 of a cent, if I'm correct. Oh no, even less actually, sorry, 1/100th of a cent. So yeah, very, very small amounts. And yeah, roughly what we can see is that it was roughly as we expected. So this was kind of, you know, 28% more than this, roughly, because, you know, if this was 0.1 instead of 97, it would be 25% more. So roughly what we expected, basically. Okay, so now for the next example, let's do something which is instead an output-dominated task. So let's say, again, we did this last time, but let's say, again, with broadcasting turned on, so write me a short story about a young boy coming of age. Okay, write me a short story about a young boy coming of age. So I assume the story with at least 10 sentences. Okay, so again, let's make it even shorter. A young boy with at least 10 sentences. Okay. So let's see which is cheaper here. And again, we expect now the one on the right will be cheaper because presumably the short story has more than this many words. Let's have a look. There we go. I wonder which is best. So one of them is called... Oh, they're both called Timmy. Are they the same? They're not. Interesting. That's interesting to me, actually. Anyway, so very quickly, the one on the left was cheaper, which was 0.30. The one on the right was 0.0505. So basically, the one on the left in this case was roughly, I don't know, kind of 40% more expensive than the one on the right. So again, this is exactly what we expect. What's interesting is it says there was once a young boy named Timmy who lived in a small town by the sea, exactly the same on both. Timmy loved to spend his days exploring the coastline, searching for hidden treasures and watching the waves crash against the shore. One day while wandering through the woods... Okay, that's where it changed. One day while wandering through the woods, whereas the other one is one day while wandering along the beach. Timmy stumbled upon, and in one case it was an old mysterious looking something, in the other case it was a beautiful shell. I won't read them both, but it's very interesting that the kind of noise comes along, it kind of comes out later. It seems as though, because these are different providers, so these are, there's no way that it has anything to do with the noise parameter across them. One was Together AI and the other one was Octo AI. I guess just Llama 2 is very predisposed to telling us stories about Timmy who lives by the sea. Interesting. Anyway, the point isn't about Timmy. The point is about the fact that you can select input optimized or output optimized modes without caring about what provider is under the hood. These are all the same model. We'll actually start to look, but soon we'll include quality benchmarking as well, so that we can capture situations where perhaps providers are doing more quantization or compression. There's really interesting works that we had in our reading group, actually, such as Slice GPT and various ways of compressing these models to really push the performance, which will, of course, affect the quality. And you know, knowing about this is going to be very important as well. But yeah, for now at least, what you can do is no longer have to worry about these costs, which change all the time. You can just select this mode that's cheapest cost, and we'll do the rest for you and select it behind the scenes. But there's a lot more to come, so stay tuned for more demos coming soon, where you can get even more granular control over this kind of dynamic routing. Yeah, so lots of exciting stuff in store. But hopefully this made sense. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.